Guys, our next comic coming to stage is a very good friend of mine. I'm very excited to bring him up. He is hilarious. Put your hands together for David Merriken.
Guys, keep it going for Mana. She does a great job for us. So, everybody ready for the week of love, Valentine's Day? It's a vote of enthusiasm. I actually got booked onto a show for Valentine's Day. Yeah, me, the most chronically single guy on the DFW comedy scene. And I felt bad about it. I was like, man, maybe they didn't hear all the stuff that I do about love or women, or how it seems like I love to fuck with women. But then I looked up the venue, and it's Osiris Hookah Lounge in Carlton, Texas. I was like, look, now, that's not on me anymore. If you bring your date to a hookah lounge and expect me to cut through all that smoke and bring some moisture back to your romance, that's your fault. That's not me at all, dude. It's just me and like 3 black comics. It's like my first porno all over again. To be fair, though, I think I was in love once, you know, and then all the blood rushed back to my head. The only time I've ever been good with women, I think it was by accident. It was in college. And I would get drunk at night and be a smart ass, kind of sarcastic, and I would get a woman and she would go home with me, and in the morning the true romantic would come out and I'd be a sweetheart and she'd be like, dude, this was just a one-night thing. I gotta go. And I'm like, stay, I thought we were gonna get married. What happened? Come back. Never worked out. If I want to be fair, there's not a lot of great things about my ex, but I don't think she would ever survive an illness that made her take medication. Because in my experience, she's no good at swallowing. I'll let that one sink into your stomach for a second and move on. I actually, a couple years back, I actually did pick up a girl in Mexico. Turns out I do much better with women that don't understand English. It's pretty fantastic. The whole night I went through with Me llamo David, tu es bonita. That was it. That was all I said. She was like, I don't know what she was asking me or what was happening, but somehow we made it back to my casa, is what we called it. And we got to the naked time. It was about to happen. And then in perfect English, hadn't said a word of English yet, looks at me and says, I have to tell you something before we do this. And with only half the blood in my head, I couldn't really think about what was going down. But I was like looking down, I was like, I don't see any herp. I can't see a dick. Like, is this AIDS? Like, what's happening here? I don't even, Dave, just shut up, let her talk. And she looks at me and goes, I just want to let you know, I'm only 19. And I was like, oh, fuck that, we're doing this. Let's go. And she was like, wait, how old are you? And I was like, 31, that's not important. Let's get back to the game. I did have a Valentine's date last year. I know, huge surprise. I went out with this girl. It was very entertaining. She was beautiful. We were starting to make out and we were having a great time, and she stops me. I don't know why women keep doing that to me, but like, she stops me right there and she's like, David, I just want to let you know up front that I'm actually polyamorous. Does anybody in here know what that means? A couple people know. Okay, well, polyamorism is basically the ability to have an open relationship, that you can love anybody, anywhere. You can be in any relationship that you want to at any time. It's basically the right to love anyone in the world except yourself. And, you know, I think I handled it like a gentleman. It was Valentine's Day. I stopped the car slowly and told her to get out the car, whore. But then I went home and I realized I had been an asshole, you know, because she might be like that, but I'm kind of polyhumorous. You know, it's not just you guys. Like right now in the DFW area, there's not a single crowd that I would rather be with. You guys mean the world to me. We're sharing this moment together. But another night of the week, I might have to see some other crowds. It's not just you. I just need a different giggle to make my belly jiggle. All right, guys, if I'm really going to do a set on love, I got to talk about the greatest love story I've ever heard. And it was actually my grandpa. When he got back from World War II, he wrote 2 letters out, one to my grandma and one to this other lady, will not be named because we don't know who she was. And one said yes and one said no. And they stayed together for half a century. And at the end, my grandma actually, she succumbed to the old timers, where old people don't remember anything. Started calling him the wrong name, and my grandpa got real sick, and he actually couldn't talk that well. He had lung problems, so he couldn't communicate very well. But every day in the nursing home, he would get me to take him outside, pick her flowers, and go in there, and he would win her back over like it was their first date every day. It was the sweetest thing that I've ever seen. And even for a hopeless romantic like me, it gave me hope that I might too find love one day. If I can just meet a woman that doesn't remember me in the morning.
Thank you guys. My name is David Merriken. Give it up for your host.
Keep it going for Dave Merriken. Give the man a hell yeah.